So you want to be a Division I football player. Hopefully this video can help you achieve that goal. What's up, guys? I'm JJ.
I'm Javier.
And this is PM Football. So for those of you that have watched us over the past couple months, you kind of already know our story of being former Division I football workers. We worked in recruiting. We've done a lot of stuff. I've had 5 years of experience of working at Old Dominion University, and my final year I was at the University of Texas working as a senior personnel analyst.
And I as well worked in the recruiting department and a little bit of coaching at Old Dominion University for a few years. Went on to work for the Naval Academy after that in their recruiting department. So you and me both have shared decades worth of experience working at the FBS level and at different levels of the FBS as well. Obviously, Group of 5 with Old Dominion, Navy being a service academy team, and then Texas being a high-profile P4 team. So we've seen a lot of different things when it comes to the recruiting process and scouting different kinds of players, all at the FBS level. And this is what this video is all about. It's a little different than what we're used to.
We kind of just wanted to walk you through the steps. Maybe you're a high school recruit out there watching this. Maybe you're a parent of a recruit watching this. Or you might just be interested in the recruiting process in general.
Yeah.
We're going to walk you through the steps of what we would do and how you should act going on a visit.
We're pretty much telling you what will happen throughout the process and even talk about what your film should look like. And hopefully we could get your film looking better, more appealing to the eyes of people that were in our position, looking at film every day, giving it to the coaches and personnel department and things like that to help better you and further where you go in the recruiting process.
Yeah. So the first thing, we somehow get your film. How do we do that? Usually at every school that I've been at personally, each coach is assigned a recruiting area. And majority of the time, that coach has a student assistant that works for them. For my personal example, I worked for the defensive ends at Old Dominion. At Texas, I was more just on the offensive side of the ball, but different story. At Old Dominion, we were assigned the recruiting area that the coach was assigned. So what that means is we would go through that area and kind of comb through schools and players that we felt were fit for that position. Because we would sit there with a coach and they would pretty much tell us like, hey, we're looking for this in a player. We're looking for this certain size in a player. We want a player that's twitchy. We want a player that can stop the run. This is just defensive end specifics. You worked with the O-line, so you have more of a better opinion as an offensive line guy.
For sure, yeah.
But just as a defensive end, which was mainly what I worked with, the coach was looking for specific things. And if you met those requirements, you were passed on. Because we were the first line of defense.
Yeah.
We would be the first people to, majority of the time, come in contact with you. Unless we were given, your film was given to us by a director of player personnel or by the coach specifically and saying like, hey, you need to check this guy out. And the other ways is Twitter. Like,
that's a huge one.
A lot of things that people don't realize is if you get an offer from a rival school of us, we're more than likely going to check you out just because we want to keep up to date with who those schools are going after as well. And then we would use recruiting databases and not necessarily any more recruiting databases, or at least recently from when I've worked in it. I don't know how you've done with that.
At Navy, even at ODU, but really at Navy, we were very heavy on different recruiting databases. And every school is a little different. It's kind of weird in recruiting. Like, every school does the same thing, just a little differently.
Yeah.
So, we do use databases. I'm sure a lot of schools still use databases. It's just which ones, and there's a lot of different services that provide that.
Yeah. So we have your film. Now it's what are we looking for in that film?
Yeah.
You want to take over that part?
And we're going to start with just the very basics. Obviously, your measurables are the first thing that pops out to us. By measurables, I mean your height, your weight, etc., things like that. You could kind of go into further detail with like arm length, hand size, but the two most important ones is your height and weight.
Yeah.
That is the most important. I know it may seem unfair to some who like the film looks a lot better than what their height and weight is, but that's just the reality of it. If you're playing at the Division 1 level, you just have to look a certain way.
Yeah.
And your height and weight has a lot to do with that. Also your physical traits. So like your speed, your elusiveness, your bend. Are you stiff in the hips and things like that? Like, just do you look like an athlete?
Yeah.
If you look like an athlete and you have good height, good weight, most likely than not, we're gonna push you further down along the path for the other coaches to look at you, the coordinators to look at you, and stuff like that. If you're missing any of those things, like if you don't have the height, you don't have the weight, you may be lacking speed, elusiveness, whatever it may be, you have to be excellent in a lot of different areas to kind of even that out.
And to that point of, if you do lack some of those things, the next section of this video is to try to help you maybe make your film look a little bit better. So maybe give you a little bit of an advantage over some of the other people that are putting film out there that we know isn't going to work.
Absolutely. So this next part is what you should do and not do when making your game or your highlight tape. So the first one is make sure your first highlight is the best one. Look, we've talked about this, and not a lot of people know this. I've been asked this when I was still working in it. For you specifically, how long into someone's highlight tape until you know you like them or not as an athlete?
About a minute.
I agree. I usually within the first minute or two, I know if I'm gonna show you to a coach or not. Like, I know if I like you or not.
And what we mean by this is, I've, for example, have sat through, and I'm lying. I haven't even sat through. There have been guys that I've watched the first minute, and it's just they're okay plays, but it's not like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna push this guy on.
Yeah.
Like he's okay. I'm not moving him on. But then a coach comes back later to me and says, hey, this guy was actually pretty good. Like, and I was like, well, what do you mean? The tape that I watched of him was not that good. And he was like, well, it was like 7 minutes into the video. I'm not waiting 7 minutes. After I've watched 300.
A lot of people don't wait that long. Like, at least the people I've talked to in the industry that did what we did, it's pretty much a consensus that within the first minute or two, like, we know, like.
So you're doing yourself a disservice.
If we like you or not.
You're doing yourself a disservice if you wait to put in your better clips. And I know some people like to go game by game in chronological order. It might seem like a good thing to do, but it's not.
And don't even worry about that, because we're going to watch your game tape anyway. This is just the introduction to you.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to watch your full games.
So that's the first
when it comes to your highlight tape, put your best highlights in the beginning of the video, because that's going to catch our eye. That's going to make us want to see you more.
So the first make sure your best highlights are at the beginning of your video, because that will make it easier for you to get passed along.
Yes.
The first don't show us the same highlight over and over again.
Just at different angles. Yeah.
Like
we know it's the same highlight.
We might not be the smartest people in the world, but we're not stupid. Yeah. We can tell if a 60-yard touchdown pass is the same play at a different angle. It's still a 60-yard touchdown pass.
Just to make your highlight tape look longer. Like, to us, it just feels like you're wasting our time, and especially when it's not like we're looking at your film and then our day's over. Like, no, you're on a list with 100 other guys. Yeah. Like, we have things we have to go through. So, like, to just keep putting the same film just in multiple angles, like, you're wasting our time, and like, people in the position we were in, like, we don't appreciate that.
Yeah, time is important.
Very, very much so. Another thing you should do, though, have your info on your highlight tape before the video even starts. What I mean by that is, before you even show your first highlight, when you make your highlight tape, the first thing you should have is your name, height, weight, the school you go to, the class you're in, your GPA. Like, those things are important, like how to contact you, like
email, phone number,
what your Twitter handle is, phone number, sure. Like, those things make it so much easier for people in the personnel department to
get that
hold of you, get the information in, especially if we like your film. We don't have to dig through your Twitter and all this different stuff. Like, we have all that information.
Find out if this is your Twitter.
Yeah, like,
do you know how many Jamar Jeffersons there are? There's about 40.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot. So definitely have all that info down. It just makes it a lot easier for the people who are looking at your film to get all that info down and pass it along to like the coaches and personnel department if they do like you.
Next biggest don't. Please don't put your tape in slow motion or
Yes.
put heavy editing in it. We don't need to see a thunderstorm before the ball is snapped.
And my entire thing is, why would you want, like, yeah, if it's a good highlight, cool. Why would you want to make yourself look slower? We're not
Yeah.
recruiting you to be slow.
Yeah.
I want to see what you look like at full speed.
And-
I never understood why dudes would, like, if it's a one-handed catch, you put in slow motion. Like, whether it's slow or not, I see it's a one-handed
Yeah.
catch. Don't put it in slow mo. Like, that just annoys us.
Or the opposite, don't speed up your film.
Yes.
We can tell.
Yes,
We can tell if if a 300-pound defensive lineman is running a
We-
4.4, there's something wrong with
We
the
watch
film.
hundreds of football highlights on a weekly basis. We can tell when something's edited. Like, you're not gonna fool us. Like, do not heavily edit your tape. Your tape is your tape. Make it your tape.
Yep.
Make sure we could clearly see who you are on the tape. So what I mean by that is you usually have an arrow or a circle, whatever it may be, to identify who you are on the tape. Make sure it's very visible and clearly that it is you. Don't point an arrow and it's pointing to like three different
In the
people.
middle of two different people.
Yeah, and we gotta like rewind the tape several
Find
times.
out which number you are.
Like, oh no, he did have a towel there.
I want to move back to the info. Put your number on there.
Yes, that's
Put
a good
your
one.
number on there.
That's a very good one.
You might switch your number 3 times.
Paul,
How do we know?
Yeah.
How we're just supposed to know? I'm sorry. I forgot you were this 5-star player that we
Yeah.
were looking. No, you're not. You're not a 5-star player.
Most likely
if,
than not.
If you were, we would know who you are.
Yeah. If you're the 5-star player on
You
the tape,
stand out.
Yeah, you don't even need an error. That boy's like, oh, it's the one that's either running him over or catching
Oh, it's the guy that's a
ball
foot
every
taller.
single time. Yeah, so we'll know if you're the 5-star or not.
Just put your number on there. It's so easy.
But yeah, back to the original dude, like just make sure it is clear which one you are on the tape.
Yes.
Either you're pointing yourself out or you're circling yourself on the tape, whatever it may be, like just make sure we could clearly tell that it is you.
Yeah. And then the final don't we have is you want to show yourself off in these videos, but don't overdo it.
Yes.
There have been so many times where I've seen another player get a sack.
Yes.
And you pick up a fumble on their 5-yard line and walk 5 yards into the end zone. That's not your highlight. I'm sorry. You might get credited with the touchdown, but as a film evaluator, you're not going to get credit for that play. And it's not going to help your case.
Yeah, like you said, don't overdo it. What would you say is the max a highlight tape should be?
I go anywhere from 6 to 7 minutes, maybe even 8. If you're a good player and you have good tape.
I was gonna say I would not exceed anything over 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I think even 8 is stretching it.
The
a little
only
bit,
reason we'll make it to the 8th minute is if you just have highlight after highlight after
and
highlight.
we like really like what we see, or even like positionally, like if you're playing tight ends, like but like you're measured more as a receiver, so we just keep watching to see what you would fit in more as a role. Like that's really when we will exceed the 2-minute mark, you could say. But
Because even if you
overdo it.
are good, we might only watch 2 minutes of your film.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Like, there's been a lot of instances where I've really liked a guy's film, and I've seen the first 2 or 3 minutes, and it's like, I really, personally, I don't need to see more. I know I'm passing you along to the coaches and personnel department. Like,
Now, a funny part about this is because we do watch so many people throughout the day,
yeah,
we'll find a guy who might be okay, but after watching 100 people straight that are just terrible, we find one guy that's just pretty
decent,
good.
yeah.
We
It does
think
get
he's
tricky.
We think he's Peyton Manning.
it does get tricky with that sometimes.
So
That's
again,
why I try to take breaks every once in a while.
it goes back to the make sure you put your best film at the beginning.
Yes.
Because, like I said, if we watch 100 straight guys of just mediocrity and not good players, and then your first play is a one-handed catch over the middle for 30 yards over 2 defenders, we're going to be like, oh my God, this is Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to stand out to us way more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I had another example for don't Or, oh, I only see like a Lil Wayne mixtape. Like I don't need
Yeah.
all these different music and different lights going. Like no, like keep it
simple.
Keep it simple. Show us what you have to offer. And again,
But
back
just-
to what you said. Like don't show us a tackle where it's you and like 4 other dudes and you're the last one to get there. Like
Yeah.
I don't. If you're a receiver, I don't need to see a 5-yard hitch. Like just show it.
Unless you break
actual-
the defender's ankles on the route.
Like show us. Like you all know what a highlight is. Show us actual highlights. Like
And I think a thing that we can also add to this is just because you aren't the person that makes the play, you are either an offensive
Yes,
lineman
that's a good
finishing
one.
the block
that's a good one.
that isn't even on your side of the field, but you're out there showing hustle. Hustle will get you so far.
Dude, I've seen highlight tapes of like it's a like say it's a D end and it ends up being like a 30-yard gain for the offense.
And he chases him down.
But either he chases him down or he just bulldozed the tackle and nearly got to the quarterback. To me, that's a good highlight.
Yeah.
Because you're showing what you have to offer. I don't care that was a 30-yard gain for the offense. I'm watching this because I want to see what you have to offer athletically. So even
Because at the end of the day,
yeah,
we're bringing you to this school to help what we have.
yeah, I'm not worried about what the score was or what happened on that play. I want to see what you specifically did on that play. So don't be discouraged that you don't want to include a play that you did well in, but it was negative towards your team. Personally, like to be honest, we don't care what happened to
Yeah.
your team.
Yeah.
We want to know what you did on that play.
Yeah, that is a great point because it probably discourages a lot of people to
It
not
does.
include
I
a
think
play
so.
where you're a defensive tackle and they score a 60-yard rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
But you happen to bulldoze the guy.
Yeah,
We
want to see that.
you take on a double team and you fill the gap. But
Yeah.
the guy who's standing next to you is not good and
Yeah.
isn't trying to make it to the next level and they run through his gap. We'll see that.
Or I've even seen tapes of like receivers that just absolutely cooked their corners, but like it's a
They didn't get the
sack. Yeah, they didn't get the ball, or it was a sack. Like, yeah, still include that. Like again, I don't care what happened to your team. I want to see what you have to offer on that specific play.
Yeah.
So don't be discouraged with those things. Like add those plays.
So you've improved your highlight tape, and hopefully it's improved enough to the coach actually liking you, and we've passed you along. And like I said, the coach likes your film. What now?
Yeah. So I'm happy you brought that up. There's kind of steps to this. Like you said, we saw your highlight tape. We kind of want to bring you in to a visit. Like this is what signs you can look for that a school is interested in you. Obviously, a staff member could DM you or give you a phone call. They're not going to DM you or phone call you if they're not interested. Obviously,
Yeah.
if they're sending a DM, they're giving you a phone call. There's some sort of interest there. Now, I'm not saying they're ready to give you an offer right then and there. I'm just simply saying that they want to get to know you and your family better.
And to add on to that part, you need to understand that there are certain times of the year where coaches and certain staff members are not allowed to contact you.
Yes.
So if they don't get back to you within a month or two, you have to look up yourself like, hey, this is a non-contact period, and you got to respect that. You can't just be like, oh, well, the coach gave up on me, I'm just not gonna be in contact with him anymore.
Or even if, there's certain positions within the staff of a football team. Let's say someone DMs you, but they're not being as responsive as they were before. There's certain things certain people in positions can and cannot do within a football staff. So just because they're just like giving you a thumbs up or just not being as proactive as they once were, that doesn't mean they don't like you. Like, don't take it personal. There's just certain things certain staff members can and cannot do on a team.
Yeah. And then seem appreciative of when you get contacted by these guys. Like, be grateful and show interest. Because even if you aren't really interested in going to that school and you think you're better than that school, don't say that, obviously.
Yeah.
But just show interest, because if you get an offer from one school, that could lead you to 7 offers.
A lot. And I'm sure you can relate, the places we've been in, we've offered guys not solely on the offers they've gotten, but it surely has helped.
Yeah.
Like, if we see you get offered by a certain school, whether it be a rival school or a school that we feel like we should respect. Absolutely, we're going to show a lot more interest in that person that has that offer. And not only that, football staffs are moving all the time. Like, people are going to so many different places. Let's say you're getting recruited by a certain coach, but you're not interested in the school he's at. He could be at a completely different place in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a much better place that you feel like is a better fit for you, that you're more interested in. Like, you don't want to ruin that connection and that relationship. Like, just seem interested and intrigued wherever you go, because you never know where those coaches may be in a month or two.
Yeah. I mean, the easiest way I could put it is be yourself. Like,
Yes.
be yourself on these visits, and just like, all right, I'm gonna kind of skip over to this part. I'm gonna skip past this part that I was just talking about, but I just wanted to bring this up so I didn't forget about it.
Yeah.
When you are getting talked to by a coach and a DM, or we're gonna get to visits in a minute, but specifically we'll talk about DMs for this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were just mentioning, they might not hit you back.
Yeah.
And it is during a period of time where they can talk to you.
Yeah.
You got to pick up on the hints that maybe they don't like you.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to dog you, but if that's the case, you can't just be desperate and be like, hey, like, I thought, like, be like, oh, what happened? Can I come to visits?
Yeah.
And then, like,
Yeah.
please, can I come?
Try to pick up on hints, because a coach isn't going to tell you, at least they shouldn't, and most likely won't, straight up tell you, hey, you're not good enough to play here. Just
they might, but
yeah, it's happened before.
Yes.
But just kind of
don't let it get
pick
to
up
that
on
point.
hints. Yeah,
Don't let it get to that point.
yeah. Pick up on hints. If you keep sending DMs and they're just clearly ignoring you, not responding, kind of take the hint. Hopefully, it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah.
But just kind of, and even the other way around. Like, if they are trying to message you and trying to get you out to campus, like, take that hint. Like, that is showing clear interest in you. Like,
Yeah.
just pick up on hints.
Yeah.
So now, they DM'd you. They're trying to get you on campus. What is the mindset you should go in when you're visiting a college campus? You most likely won't see a position coach, a coordinator, or a head coach first. Doesn't matter. Treat everyone the same regardless, because guess what? Everyone talks in that facility.
Yeah.
Everyone's in communication, because at the end of the day, everyone there is trying to get the program better than it was the day before.
And what he means by that is you're not going to see a position. You're going to see us. We are the people that you're more
Front
than likely.
lines. Yep.
The front line, the same way that it was with the film evaluation process, that's how it is on game day, or if you come on just a visit to a practice or something.
Yeah.
We are going to be the people walking you around the facilities or giving you
Yeah.
tours, and we're going to be giving you the lanyards,
Yeah.
measuring you, and all that other stuff. Make sure you treat us with respect, because we are in these positions because the coaches respect our opinions.
Yeah, then the coaches aren't gonna put us in front of all the recruits because they don't trust us. Like, they put us there and to be the first contact because they trust our instincts and our evaluation of not just the film evaluation, the like who you are as a person.
Yes.
Like, if you just don't want to be the guy that we have to go to coach and be like, hey, they were acting this way, they kind of came across this way. Like, that will really hurt your recruiting process for that school.
And the thing that goes along with this is eyes are going to be on you at all times,
Yes.
even when you think that they aren't.
Yes.
And what we mean by that is us again. Like,
And there's so many of that's the other thing. There's a lot of it's more than you think. There's
there were what,
a lot of us
8 of us
everywhere.
8 of us
And
at
we are
OU?
constantly looking to see how you interact in the facility with the coaches, with your parents, with other recruits. Like, we are looking at all that stuff. Like, even when you think that we aren't looking or it's just a downtime, like, no, like, there are people looking at you at all times.
Yeah.
So just be mindful of that if you go in visiting a campus or a facility.
Yeah, and don't be uptight. Like, be
Yeah.
yourself. Like,
It's supposed to be fun.
yeah, this is a great opportunity for you to not only put your name out there, but like put your like personality to the film.
Yes. If we brought you in, most likely than not, we are interested in you. We want you to be part of the program. Show us who you are. We don't try to be this and that. Like, truly show us who you are. Like, that's why we invite you. We want to see who you are.
Yeah. And then the biggest thing to take away from this is for you, but it's not about you.
Yeah.
And
if you're coming for a visit, most likely you're going to see a bunch of other kids with a bunch of other families with you. That should tell you, hey, this isn't specifically for me. Again, what we said before, like, have fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is supposed to be a fun moment. Like, and we'll take care of you. Like, if you go to see a facility, if you go to an unofficial visit, like, they're supposed to take care of you.
Yeah.
And they will take care of you. So, like, have fun and enjoy it. And, like, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be cool. But no, it's not all revolved around you and your family.
Yeah. Like, the worst thing you can do for yourself is just make it seem like you think you're better than everybody.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to pick up on somebody
Yes.
that acts like that.
Absolutely.
And it just puts a sour taste in our mouths, even if we like you as a player.
Yeah.
You have to match the culture that's
Yeah,
at that school.
absolutely.
You're not going to be able to just, unless you are the number one or a top 300 ranked player in the country, to a school like specifically like ODU, Texas, that's not flying. You're not going to be on the team.
Not at all.
ODU might be an exception, but just don't do it. Like you don't have to be a douche. Like as simple as
Again,
that.
like, even if you're not, I know we keep repeating it, but even if you're not interested, just seem appreciative, seem grateful. Like, it's not like we're making you sign on the dotted line when you show up. Like, we're just showing you
What we
the
offer.
school has to
Yeah.
offer, what the program is like. Just go, enjoy it, be yourself. Don't overstep any boundaries.
And it's not even just that we talk to each other. Other coaches talk to other coaches at other schools. So if
Yes.
they know,
Good point.
if they know you're gonna go to that school, because I'll admit we try to pry as student assistants. We'll pry into you a little bit and be like, hey, what other schools have you visited? And like,
We may ask questions. That's another thing. Be interactive. Like,
Yeah.
if someone's talking to you, just like have a casual conversation. Like, just be very interactive.
well, and then that's what I mean though. Like, we're trying to figure out information to help our school.
Yes.
So, in turn, we might ask you about other schools you visited.
Yeah.
Or you are planning to visit. We want to try to make it better than those schools.
Yes.
So, and again, like I was saying before, I kind of got off track there for a second. I forgot what I was talking about. We talk to other coaches. Coaches talk to other coaches at schools.
Yes.
Make sure you are on your best behavior, because even if you aren't interested in this school and you're just like, oh, I don't care. Our coach might tell the other coach you're going to visit that you really want to go to, and they might not be interested in you anymore.
Yeah.
So-
Like, and it goes back to what we said. Like, everyone talks.
Yeah.
Everyone talks. Like, you again, even if you're not interested in the school you are visiting, everyone talks. Everyone knows each other in this industry. Like, you just don't want to come across as that guy that people don't want to be around.
Yeah. And so, I mean, some of the biggest pet peeves that we have for visits, I'll let you start off with the first one, because some of these
This one is, there's a reason this one's on the top of my list.
this is number one. So listen up.
Look,
And if before we
I
go
would say
with
this one might,
if you are a parent watching this, do not take offense to this.
yes.
Or a coach that happens to be watching this, that's like a
Look.
high school coach.
Look,
Listen up.
first one, parents and coaches can absolutely ruin a recruit's chances of getting an offer. What do I mean by that? Let's say it's a school that hasn't had much success or whatever. What it takes to even be in a position to be a coach at a Division I school, it takes a lot. You have to had to see a lot. You would have had to coach a lot. Like, you know what you are talking about when you're in that position. When a parent comes around, or a high school coach that's with a recruit comes around, thinking that they know more, oversteps boundaries, or tries to tell a coach or even like anyone on staff what to do, immediate red flag. Not only is a red flag, that makes coaches with the program not want to deal with you anymore.
Yeah, because I mean, we've dealt with players
A lot.
on the teams whose parents have become problems.
Yes.
We won't get into the specifics, obviously, but like,
Yeah.
there have been multiple times where a parent of a player has concerns or thinks that they know more than the coaches.
Yes.
That player ended up not getting a lot of playing time, and it just does worse for the player than it does if you hadn't have said anything.
And we're not saying don't advocate for your kid.
Yeah,
Like, yes,
we
advocate for
understand
them,
it. We understand that that's your kid.
but
And you want the best.
understand like if a coach says they don't see something in your kid, or
Don't
like,
get defensive.
they tell a coach like, hey, he'd be better off at a lower school. It's for a reason, and it kind of goes back to take the hint.
And,
Like,
and again, like they're
there's
not
a
gonna
reason.
they're not gonna flat out say it to your
No.
face and be like, yeah, we don't think your kid's very good. So they're there. They're on a visit. So
I will say that there was, and I've told you about this. I don't know if you remember. There was one instance where, I'm not gonna say what school, but a parent came and kind of asked me like where his son ranks in like the coach's eye. I at the time didn't see where the conversation was going. He just said he had like a question about something. The coach he was talking about just so happened to be walking down the hall. I was like, perfect, he's right here. You could ask him. He straight up asked the coach, like, coach, like, is my kid getting an offer or not? Like, where do you see him? And I panicked. I was like, oh my God. And the coach handled it well. He was like, I'm be honest with you, like, I see him as a preferred walk on. Like, I don't think we'd offer him a scholarship. And credit to the parent, he took it very well. Was like, thank you, I appreciate it. Like,
you gotta take it.
you just gotta know
the
it's
criticism.
never personal. Like, it's the coach's job to make this program better. If they don't see your kid necessarily offers that at a scholarship level, it's not personal. Like, at the end of the day, the coach has to feed his family.
Yes.
Like, all they're doing is trying to look out for the program, so don't take it personal and stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Don't overstep your boundaries. Like, just understand it's not personal. Just go and enjoy the visit wherever you're on.
And this part might sound a little like mean. You don't have to bring your entire family.
Yes. Oh my.
Do you know how many
Lord,
times
dude,
we've sat there
yes.
with 7 children running around the facility? That
It's not a playground. A
No.
facility is not a playground. Like, we're not your babysitters.
This is a professional atmosphere that is trying
Yes.
to get you to play Division I football.
Yes.
So
That's a very
bring
good
your
point.
mom and dad. Those are important.
Yes.
Maybe if you got an older brother or a younger brother that's around your age.
Yes.
You don't need to bring a 5-year-old
You
kid.
don't need to bring both
you don't
grandparents
need-
and then all your uncles and your cousins. Like, no, that's too much. That is too much.
Unless your cousins are trying to play football, then they don't need
Yes.
to be there.
Either way, don't invite your whole family tree. Like, invite the like truly like close and important people around you, and that don't bring like 3 of your friends. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot even begin. That annoys
Because
me so
not
much.
only does that annoy us, but we can already tell that that's going to lead to a problem because you're just going to be
Yes.
talking to them the whole time.
Yes.
You're not going to interact with other players. That's another big thing. Interact with the other players. See what they're
Yes.
doing. See how their recruiting process is
Yes.
going. Maybe they can
Again,
help you
be
out.
proactive. Even if you're not interested, like, just be proactive. You could learn a lot from it. You could take away a lot of things from that.
Because if you guys are in the same recruiting class and you guys are good enough to play Division I football, you're more than likely going to end up playing each other at some point.
Yes.
Be friends with people.
Yes.
Like, get along with people. And then, even though they might be on different teams of you, you're still friends and you can...
Yeah. Social
it might-
media is the thing, man. Like,
Connections.
connections
Connections will
is
help you with
huge.
everything.
I'd even bring up the high school coaches. Look, when I was playing in high school, obviously there's some bad coaches and there's other coaches where it's like, oh, they really know what they're talking about. After working in college football, I realized these high school coaches
Know
know
nothing.
nothing. They know nothing. If you're a high school coach, look, I'm
No
not I'm not
disrespect.
saying you don't know anything.
No disrespect.
I'm not saying you're not knowledgeable. I'm simply saying you don't know what they know.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Stay
It's
in
a
your
different
lane.
game.
If they tell you something about a kid, don't argue it. Stay in your lane. Advocate for the kid, sure. They're telling you something, stay in your lane. You don't know what they know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there are some high school coaches that are weird, bro.
Yeah.
Like that, they just, I don't want to rip on you, but you're a high school coach. You are a high school coach. We need you.
Yeah.
Like, you're important. You're a high school coach. Like, know your lane is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Another big pet peeve of ours. Don't wear another college's stuff to our school. Like, I would hope that that's common sense.
You'd be,
but you'd be
no,
surprised.
you wouldn't be. You would be surprised.
You would be
yes.
surprised of how many. I was at Texas. What do you think this kid wore?
It better not be another SEC school.
Oklahoma.
Did you even allow him to? Like,
His mom was wearing an Oklahoma sweatshirt.
Oh, the mom was wearing it.
The mom was wearing an Oklahoma sweatshirt, and he had an Oklahoma wristband.
Did
on.
you even allow him? Because I
We
know that
all-
in certain instances
No,
we don't even
it-
allow you to.
He came in. He didn't have it on. We took his measurables, put it on after the measurables, and we were like, "Wait, are you serious right now?"
Yeah.
And you're not going to get recruited.
It's
by
a
that team
big
anymore.
sign of disrespect.
You're not getting recruited.
It doesn't even have to be a rival school. If it's any school at the same level, like obviously, like if you're wearing a wristband from like a D2 school and you're visiting D1 school, like that's not too big of a deal. If you're visiting D1 school and you're wearing other D1 brands like gear, it's just such a sign of disrespect. Like,
because we know, like when you go on visits, those
they
teams
give you stuff.
The teams are going to give you wristbands.
Yeah.
I've seen a kid walk in before with 20 wristbands of different schools, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, it's not horrible, but like, just take them. Like, you don't need to
it's
wear
not-
them.
We're not saying throw them in a river. Like,
No,
leave
just
them in the
leave them
car.
home. Yeah.
Leave them in the car. Like, you can show up to college campus on it.
Yeah.
Just don't step in the facility with it.
Yeah.
Like
Coaches and people like us
pay attention to that stuff.
pick up on that stuff, and
Yes.
it's not a good look. It's
Yes,
not a good look at all.
Absolutely. Another pet peeve of ours, people that don't live in the moment. Like we brought up earlier, it's supposed to be fun. It's an exciting time. You're getting recruited by a Division I school. Not a lot of people get to say that. I don't like it when people show up and the mom is recording every single thing throughout the entire tour and everything. Take pictures, take a
Yeah.
video here and there. Like, have fun with it. Like, create those memories, but live in the
Soak it in.
moment. Yes,
Like-
live in the moment. Again, not everyone gets to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot tell you the amount of times like an aunt will like the moment she steps in, records everything.
Go up to the things
Talking
with the
to a coach,
posters.
recording the coach talk. Like, no,
Don't. Oh my. Don't even. Don't ever record a coach's conversation with a player.
no,
There's no reason to.
don't do that.
No reason.
Don't do that.
Because majority of the time, if the coach sees you recording, he's not going to say what he really wants to say.
Yes, don't do that. Do not
It's
do that.
just such a bad look.
It is.
And then just act like an adult. Like, you are going. This is a job interview. Basically.
This is people don't realize, and I'm be honest, I didn't necessarily realize until we were in it. And obviously, it's like kind of obvious, but you don't know the full scope of it until you're in it. This is a multi-billion-dollar business that we're dealing with. People's lives are at stake. People's families.
I mean, they're not going to get killed or anything.
they're not, but like they could end up not having a job. And
Yes.
like, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah.
Especially in such a tough industry that's in. Like,
This
people
is
have families to take care of. Like, yes, it's a game, but it's not a game. Like, there's a lot at stake here.
And I we didn't really include this in the list, but I'm going to throw this in there.
Sure.
Don't dress like you're like getting out of bed.
Yes. No, I'm not saying like,
Like you don't need
can
to
show
wear
up in like
you don't need to wear a suit and tie or khakis and a polo.
you can show
like,
up in like
a sweatshirt.
You can show up in like sweatpants and a shirt. Like it has like your high school gear. Sure, like that's fine, but like don't be showing up in pajamas and slippers.
in
and,
a
like,
in a tank, not a tank top, like a wife
beater.
beater,
Yeah,
and
like again, like show up I was about to say show up like you would at school, but there's some people that show up at school that
with a
Right,
don't come with pajama pants on,
yes.
please. Like it just looks terrible.
I feel like it's funny because I feel like we're just stating the obvious.
But you would be so
But
shocked.
then you think about the things you've encountered working in it, and you're like, why do people do this?
Yeah, no, it's definitely like you said. It seems like common sense to the
But
normal
you
person,
would be surprised.
but you've never worked in college football.
Yes, like you see a lot. And also don't ask for too much. Like
Yeah. Again, going back to
again
the
with the
bracelet
common
stuff.
sense, dude. Like, no, I'm not gonna get you a team issued football. I'm not gonna get you those players.
We don't
like,
get them.
Like I'm not sneaking into the equipment room and giving you stuff. I don't know you.
And
Like-
if you do happen to be on a visit where you're taking pictures, don't steal the stuff. Do you know how many pairs of gloves or people stolen cleats?
Yes.
How do you get away with a pair of cleats? I mean, kind of kudos to you if you can sneak a pair of cleats out of there, but
Probably not gonna recruit you now.
don't do that because we'll figure out who it was.
Very easy, dude. I'm gonna share the story.
Go ahead.
Look, it's only happened once. At least that I've encountered, it's only happened once. Make sure you're clean before you put on. Like if you're doing a photo shoot at a school, make sure you are fully clean and you're not leaving certain stains on certain apparel, wipe your butt. Like, clean yourself, please. I remember once, it was my I pretty much kind of gave it away, but it was, I was helping out with a photo shoot with people with recruits that came to visit. And, you know, you put on the gear, take your photos, you go take off the gear, then we go collect the gear to put it back. And then you pick up the pants and you see there's stains on the back.
Got a little skid mark on there.
No, it wasn't little. Dude, it was like...
Got some brownie batter?
Bro, it was like a full-on clunk. It wasn't a stain. We could deal with a stain. It was a full-on clunk, bro. And then, like...
I don't think you've ever told me this story.
And it's not... You may... I pretty much gave it away. You may have been at Texas by the time this happened. But, I was still at a certain place.
Yeah.
And,
Bro,
I remember
the white jerseys?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was the white pants. And we were like, oh God. And then, bro, and it's not even like the visit was done. We weren't even
So you already just...
So we knew who the kid was. We knew who the kid was because he asked for that specific like number. Like you go into the place where he changed to get it, and like we knew who the kid was, and like
we're not gonna look
yourself.
at you the same way again.
No, we're not recruiting you after that.
And
clean yourself. Make
and
sure
another
you're clean.
moral of this story that you just told about the number.
Yes.
If your number is not available, don't freak out. It's a number. Is your number
It's just
really
a photo shoot? And it's just a photo shoot.
Is your number really going to determine how well you play? If that's the case, then you're not playing the right
It's
sport.
not like it's your official number. Like we didn't even offer you yet. Like
Yeah.
it's a photo shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So now we just gave you the mindset of what to go in, the mindset to go in with for your visit
And how to behave.
Yes. What to expect when you're on an unofficial visit.
Yep. So the first thing you want to do, you got to make sure you're there early. Be standing outside the door. Do you know how many times we've been sitting there setting up stuff and there's 20 parents just like looking inside the glass to see if we're ready?
Yeah.
Be that guy.
I'd much rather you be that guy than you show up late. And if you are running late, just communicate that. Because it's not a big deal. People run late.
And majority of the times, like if there happens to be two people that are sitting out there like 10 minutes before, we'll let you in.
Oh, even that, we'll go outside and we'll talk to you. Like, we'll have a conversation with you.
You get to be the tone setter of the day.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
You can really change how we're going to view you for the rest of the day if you are one of the first interactions we have with you. So show up early. And if you are running late, communicate that with some people.
It's not that big of a deal as long as you communicate.
Yeah,
really.
text a coach who hopefully will let us know so that way when they come down later in the day and they're like, hey, is this kid here yet? And we're like, so, where is he?
Also, you most likely you will be given a tour of the facility and sometimes even the campus. So like wear like apparel you can like walk around in. Like just be prepared to walk around.
Mom, you don't have to wear a dress. You don't have to wear a dress and high heels.
Yeah.
This isn't
wear
a date.
something you could comfortably walk around in.
And I want to kind of backtrack here. Sure. We kind of forgot to mention this. Sure. This is kind of an insider trade thing that is going to really help you out. It might not. It might hurt your feelings, to be completely honest with you. When you are first on campus and you walk into the facility, we're going to hand you lanyards with your names on it.
Yeah. All right.
Pay attention to the lanyards. The lanyards will give away a lot of secrets.
It will let you know what we view of you.
Both schools that I've been at, and I'm sure it's the same as the other school you worked at.
It was to an extent.
All I'm going to say is color has something to do with it. The color of the lanyard.
Yeah, please specify. Please specify.
Color of the lanyard has
they mean something.
A meaning.
Most of the time they're not.
I'm not going to give you the specific meaning, but you can pick up if you know what I'm saying right now.
And it goes back to what we said earlier. Pay attention to hints. Like, just take hints. Like, if you pay attention to how your visit goes and, like, how coaches interact with you and stuff, you could pick up on a lot of things on how the program views you.
If you're on a visit with a group of people, everybody's got a certain color lanyard except one guy. Look at that guy.
And he just so happens to be the best one on your team.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Again, take hints, just pay attention.
Now, don't get discouraged by that
Yes.
because it doesn't mean the end all be all, but just know
just know. Yeah.
if that coach happens to go up and talk to him first.
Yeah. And it goes along to what we said earlier about know your lane.
Yeah.
Don't ask us
Yeah.
if you could talk to a coach.
Can we get one of those lanyards?
if
No, you
if a
can't.
coach did not tell me specifically that he wanted to talk to you, I'm not taking you to talk to the coach.
Yeah. Because it's not only going to make you look bad, it's going to make me look bad.
I don't care if you look bad. I'm not looking bad. Like,
exactly.
no, don't ask. Don't ask anyone if you could talk to a coach.
Yeah.
Do not do it, because it's just gonna, it's gonna go on the wrong foot. And like you just don't want to be that person. Don't do it.
So going back to the part that I kind of cut you off at, you're going to be given a facility tour.
Yes.
Majority of the time, it's not going to be by a coach. It's going to be by a non-staff member or a recruiting member.
Yes.
Make sure whatever, if it is a coach, make sure that you are on your best behavior.
Yes.
And if you want to jump in here, like, go
Yeah.
ahead.
If it is a coach that's giving you a tour, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because a position coach isn't taking time out of his day to give you a tour if you don't mean something to him.
And it's not even necessarily that he's giving you the tour. He might be going on the tour with you.
Yes.
Like, we're still giving
Yes.
the tour,
Good point.
but the coach is going to be standing there trying to talk to you, get to know you a little bit.
No, I want to specify, like, when we say coach, we mean like position coach and coordinator, because like
Head coach, obviously.
not everyone that's like on staff is necessarily a coach.
Yeah.
So if a position coach or coordinator is either giving you a tour or with a staff member that is giving you a tour, just know like things are looking pretty good for you. So be on good behavior, be yourself, ask questions, and whatever you're doing, just keep doing it, because it's going pretty well if a coach is around.
Yeah. And I mean, again, kind of reiterating the point that if he is coming on the visit with your group and is really only talking to one specific person because of maybe you see that he has a specific lanyard on, you don't have to jump in a conversation with them and try to, like, it just makes you look bad and it makes you look desperate, and just let it happen. You can introduce yourself to the coach, but not when he's talking to somebody.
That made me think of something I want to bring up, and not a lot of people know this. This is kind of like you said earlier, like an insider secret. You don't have to necessarily be part of a group, but just because you specifically are invited to come visit the facility, or whatever, that does not necessarily mean the school is interested in you. They may be interested in your friend, in your teammate, and that's just a way for them to get to that teammate or said friend. Either way, they could be using you as a pawn, almost, is how I want to put it.
Yeah.
It may seem harsh, but that's part of the game. That's just how the game goes.
Yep. No, that's definitely a good little insider secret to share without being too specific about that.
Because it does go a little deeper than that.
And so let's say you are on a visit with these coaches, right? Be ready to interact with them.
Yeah.
And not even just that, like, interact with us. That's what we're there for.
Yes.
We might not be a historian of the school, but we can let you know about all the information you need to know about the football team.
And again, we said it earlier, we all talk. Like, if you're very standoffish and just not interested, we're going to tell the coaches.
Yeah,
The coaches will know.
And I mean, we don't want it to make it sound like if you're an introverted person and that's just naturally how you are,
that's different.
then that's cool. But like, if you're just like on your phone while we're giving a tour, or
if
like,
we're asking questions, you're just like, yeah, no,
just
like,
have a conversation.
Yes.
We're not going
Be
to
a
bite you.
person.
We are going to be
Be a person.
we're going to be way more easier to talk to than a
the
coach
coaches.
would be.
Yes.
So,
1000%.
and another thing, know who the coaches are.
Yes.
Don't walk in there and, like, I'm a big dude. I'm 6'4". I look like I could be a football coach, probably.
Sure. Yeah.
I've had multiple kids walk up to me and say, "Hey, coach, how's it going?" I'm blah, 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 blah. I'm like, "Cool, how's it going? Now, here's your lanyard."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to get you a scholarship. So
Yeah, we can't offer you anything.
make sure you know who the staff is, so that way when a staff member does come up to you, or a coach in specific, you're not just like, "Oh, how's it going?"
And we're not saying you have to know everyone on the staff from top to bottom. Just like, it would probably be important to know
Position
the
coach?
head coach, the coordinator for the side of the ball you're on, your position coach, and like the director of recruiting or player personnel, like if you know those 4 or 5 people, you're gonna be good. You should be fine. Yeah. So now let's say you have an unofficial visit on game day. No, you most likely will be going on the field for pregame, and there's also gonna be stuff you do after the game.
Yeah.
Depending on how the game goes, of course.
Again, if you are on the field for a game day, act like an adult.
Yes.
They're practicing for a game. They're warming up to play a football game that you're about to watch.
Or even if it's in the spring, like the spring's still an important time. Like we're practicing the spring, like yes, you're there, but I promise you aren't the most important thing there. I'm sorry to break it to you, but like if there's a practice or a game, that is more important than you are at the moment.
Don't try to get a player's attention. Don't ask for a ball from a player.
God,
don't be like, hey, I'm open, throwing the ball. Don't. That will just make you look so bad.
Don't play around, pretend like you're about to like take a glove or take a ball. Like don't just be normal, be a person.
Yeah.
Like be respectful. Like don't do anything that could detriment you getting an offer.
And then kind of like how you mentioned before we were talking about this, you have stuff post game too. And if you're a player that the team is interested in, they might invite you into the locker room after a win.
Yeah.
Again, be an adult.
Yes.
You can celebrate with us. We're going to be going crazy in the locker room, but that doesn't mean you have to go overboard. You don't have to be sitting there with the camera in the coach's face being like, oh, yeah, coach.
Like, if they're celebrating in the locker room, record it. Like, it's a fun moment. It's awesome to experience. Like, definitely record it. Be part of it. Be in the moment. But don't go around interviewing coaches and, like, being in people's faces. Like,
going up to a player.
Yeah,
and
like,
oh,
no,
yeah.
Like, don't be weird about it. Just be a person. Be an adult. Be normal about it. Like we said, the outcome of a game absolutely could determine how a coach's mood is and stuff. So, like, if a coach said he was going to talk to you and, you know, things kind of go sideways.
This is pregame.
Yeah.
If he's like, hey, I'm gonna meet up with you after the game and we can chat a little bit. If
game,
we lose that game by 30 points, that coach is going home.
And it's not personal. It's not anything personal towards you. Even if it happens before a practice, like a coach that he's going to talk to you, he just doesn't get to you. Don't take it personal. There's just a lot of things that goes on that no one sees on game day, even on a regular practice that no one really thinks about. Like coaches and staff members are really busy people. So if they say they're going to talk to you and it just didn't get to it, don't take it personal at all. We're just very busy people.
Yeah, and I know that there's a lot of things that sound like could possibly go wrong during
which
this.
You were right about. There are things that could go wrong, but
no matter what you do, just enjoy the experience. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity for many of these people who, again, maybe are invited with a team who might not be good enough to play at the next level.
Yes.
If you get that experience or just invitation to go to a visit,
take it,
enjoy it, because it is special.
It is special. And again, like, I know, and we're sorry if we're kind of like scaring some of you off, maybe like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, experience it. Like, you're going to be taken care of. I've never been part of one where like we just completely dropped the ball and like someone had some sort of need that we didn't take care of. Like, you're going to get taken care of. Again, it's a fun opportunity. It's a fun time. Like, go experience it, go enjoy it. Just be mindful, be respectful, and have fun with it. Really have fun with it. In the days after your visit, send a quick thank you message to the people you talk to, the people you interacted that are on the staff. It could go a long way. You may not think it's a big deal, but like it really could go a long way if they already like the person you are and they like your film. Like send just like a quick DM or a message like, hey, thank you, we enjoyed the visit. Like that could go a long way.
And again, like I was talking about before, like you're gonna be there with other players.
Yeah.
Get contact with them and just DM them after the game and be like, hey, it was cool, nice meeting you and all that stuff. And like
connections are so important in this kind of line of work. As a coach, as a player, as a staff member, like you want those connections. So just be open to sending that DM, sending that message, letting them know like, hey, like we really did enjoy that visit.
Yep. So your visit officially ends.
Yes.
Now what do you expect?
Yeah, so everyone's is a little different, and it may depend on your graduating class, whether you're a senior, junior, sophomore, whatever it may be. But regardless, stay persistent and stay in contact with the people you met at the facility and on the staff.
And like you mentioned before, send the message after. Like,
Yeah.
let them know you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If they know if they know you enjoyed it and they enjoyed having you there, they're very likely to invite you back.
Invite you back, and it may even come with an offer. So
Yep.
you never know. Just either way, seem grateful about it. If you really did enjoy it, let the staff know. Let whoever you talk to, let them know. Even let a high school coach know.
Yes.
Because your high school coach could end up messaging one of the coaches. Like, high school coaches have ways to get in contact with college coaches. Like, if you really enjoyed your visit, let your high school coach know. Your high school coach will most likely let the staff know. And if that gets back to the staff, like, hey, he really enjoyed it. We enjoyed having him. Like, let's keep having him over. Let's possibly give him an offer. Like,
Yeah.
it goes a long way.
Now there is another side to this. Just don't overdo it.
Yes.
If you send a message saying, "Hey, we really or I appreciated you guys having me there," like, and you don't hear anything back, don't send another message and be like, "Hey, like,
Yeah.
hey,
One
like,
message is
I,
enough.
I really did enjoy this. Like,
No,
can I come back?
One message is enough.
Hey, I did enjoy this. Can I get an offer?" No,
Don't ask. No.
don't
Do not
don't
do that.
ever do that. And then pay attention to your DMs and your phone. If you get a phone call from a 757 number and you live in Pennsylvania,
Pick it up.
pick it up. It might be a nice little surprise waiting on the other end of that
Absolutely.
phone.
I mean, after your visit, hopefully you get an offer, but regardless, you should keep a positive attitude. Visit as many schools as you can, whether you get invited or reach out to someone like, hey, I'm interested in this school. Could I visit it? Visit as many schools as you can. Contact as many coaches as you can. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up where you're supposed to be. And
Yes.
it's not the end of the story.
No. So just keep going. Hopefully this video kind of helped you out.
Absolutely. We know it was a lot. And it is a lengthy process. It's not we should specify, like, it's not like we watch your film 2 hours later you get an offer. Like,
This
that's
could take
not how
weeks.
this works.
This could take weeks
This
or months.
takes a while. It does take a while. We understand it can be a very stressful process. Just stay with it. Be positive. Again, be polite, be grateful, pick up the phone calls, go visit the schools, contact the coaches, and again, you will end up where you need to be.
Yep. Couldn't be said any better.
Yeah, so if you watched this entire video, thank you very much. We appreciate it. If you happen to be a recruit or a parent and you have any more questions, maybe it's something we didn't go over. If there's just a question you had for us regarding the recruiting process, feel free to either comment on the video or DM us on our Twitter at PM Football Podcast, and we will get to it. If you're a recruit and you're iffy about your film, you want us to kind of evaluate it for you, see where you kind of stand with things.
We don't got much going on these days, so we can.
Look, we can evaluate it. Just know we're gonna be honest with you about it. And look, it may be a positive thing. Like, we could end up liking your film and be like, yo, like, we think you could play at this level.
And we might even ask you. We're gonna watch it on the video.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. And just know that if we don't like it, we'll let you know that maybe Division I football isn't for you, which isn't a bad thing.
Maybe accounting.
D2, D3, like, either way, like, it's...
Or again, accounting.
You know why I didn't bring up in my pet peeves that I wish I would brought up? When people look at other Division I football, like a recruit or someone that already played football and is like now in college, and they're like, man, I could have gone Division I promise you couldn't. Like, I promise you, like, if you don't have a Division I offer and you're like a senior now and like all you have is like non-D1 offers and you're like, oh, I deserve to play in D1, at least as of now, no, you don't. Like,
you can say whatever you want, just know you're not right.
Like, if you are good enough to play Division I football, you will be found.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter what state you're in. Like, you will be found if you are good enough to play Division I football.
Absolutely.
I should have included that in pet peeves because, dude, I remember.
It's all right.
I'll just say, I'm not going to say who or where. There was one person working in an equipment room at one of the places I was at. They were talking about a player that transferred away from the school we were at. They were a walk-on. The school we were at ended up transferring to an FCS school. And this equipment person told me, I don't know how this person got a walk-on opportunity here. I'm way better than them. Now I'm like, what? No, you're not. Like, this person wasn't that good here. Obviously, they were a walk-on. No, you were not.
Yeah.
Like, no, you were not. Like, I'm like, if you're one of those bozos that think you could have truly played Division I and you didn't get a single offer, I hate to break it to you, you weren't good enough. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. You are one of one if you are good enough to play in Division I football.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to add before we close this?
Not really. Do you want to see more videos like this?
Yeah.
This is kind of out of the outside of the realm of what we normally do.
The last time we talked about our past working in college football was like when we first started this. We haven't really talked about it since. So if you do want to hear stories about our experience working in college football and what it's like, kind of the ins and outs of it, let us know in the comments. We'll be more than happy to share certain parts. Obviously, there's certain things we wouldn't be able to share, but we are open to sharing as much as we feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like the video, share it, subscribe to our channel as well.
Yep.
Follow us on TikTok at PM Football Podcast, as well on Twitter. I mean, did I say Twitter or is it TikTok?
You said TikTok.
TikTok at PM Football Podcast, as well on Twitter as PM Football Podcast.
Yep.
I'm be honest.
Any of them, just look up PM Football Podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know one of them is named differently. One of them is like PM Football Pod.
Yeah, if you see this logo, you're in the right spot.
Yeah, I can never remember what one is podcast.
I think it's
and one is pod.
Pod is Twitter. I think.
I think so too, and I keep fumbling on it.
That's okay. If you see this logo, you're in the right spot.
Yes.
So
either way, do we have our stuff like in the description, like that they can just click on?
Like of the YouTube
like
videos?
our other outlets, like our Twitter, our TikTok,
on Twitter and stuff. Like you can click on.
No,
it and
I mean
go
like
to
on our YouTube. Do we have
that you can click to go to Twitter?
In like TikTok?
No.
We need to do that.
Yeah. No, I've done it. I just haven't been doing it.
We will have that up from now on. So if you want to follow us on our other social medias, please do so, and we appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.